I've never had like a healthy breakup before in my life because they're always like either I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna come back and I like don't fully let go, or they're like super fucking toxic and then I'm like scared of them. So I don't feel safe to like purge that, and it's like there's nothing to cry about because I'm like, that was really shitty. I broke up with my boyfriend 5 days ago, but we ended up hanging out last night and we ended up like together. And we literally had the most soul-filling, open, unconditional, loving conversation I have ever had my whole entire life with an ex. He was literally trying to, like, get me back. He was like, I just really wish you would think about this, like, just really opening up to me, being so vulnerable, and I just kept in the most loving way, saying, like, I'm so sorry, but you're gonna have to let me go. Like, I know my heart better than anybody. Like, I love you so much, but you're gonna have to let me go. I was able to be completely open and honest with him about why I am breaking up with him from my side, about, like, the actions that I took and how I felt like I was repeating a codependent wound, especially by, loving him the way that I was. I'm not gonna share all the details because, like, duh. But then we just ended up, like, laying together, and I just had my hand on his heart, and he was just opening up to me about his experience and about how it hurt him, and there was no expectations at all. Like, I told him, I was like, I want you to know that even though I'm the one that's doing it, like, I'm so sorry that you're hurting. Like, and this isn't easy for me either. And I hear you, and you're so valid for hurting, even though I'm the one that's doing it. Like, your feelings are valid. And he was like, you remind me, like, everything reminds me of you. And I was literally like, take that feeling, and when something reminds you of me, I was like, remember how you felt when you were with me. I was like, it reminds you to smile, it reminds you to be lighthearted, it reminds you to compliment somebody. I was like, and take that feeling and find it in yourself, find it in a trip, find it in somebody else. Use that feeling as a compass, because you know that feeling makes you feel good. And then we just completely heard each other. Like, I literally felt like two aliens in that moment. Like, I was hearing him completely and he heard me completely, but that didn't change anything. We knew that it was over, but we both had unconditional love for each other and the experience that we shared. And then for the rest of the night, we kind of just, like, pretended we were dating again, knowing that when he left, it was gonna be over completely. And when he did end up leaving, we were just, like, hugged each other, we kissed again, and it was literally, like, just so unconditional loving. There was no resentment, there was no anger, no jealousy, no nothing. It was literally just like, I hear you, I understand you, I know you're choosing yourself, and just the utmost unconditional love and respect for each other. And he left a cooking pot at my house when we cooked together, like, a while ago, and he kept forgetting it. So he actually came back, like, that day we were hanging out, and he was gonna take it home. And then he left, and he was just outside, and I ran outside, and I was like, you forgot the pot. And he was like, I'll just come get it tomorrow. And I was like, no. I was like, come get it now. And I could feel his heart sink because he wanted a reason to come back. And he was like, okay, can you bring it out to me? And so then I brought it out to him, and because I felt it in that moment, I knew that it was like, he's not gonna have a reason to come back, like, we're not gonna text each other, like, I'm handing you this spot, and it's like saying goodbye. So then I hugged him again, and I kissed him again, and then I just went inside, I literally cried. This is the most loving experience I've ever had my whole entire life. Like, it was so short, but even though it wasn't everything I wanted, and I'm still choosing myself and recognizing my patterns, that doesn't change the fact that he did give me more than I've ever received from a man before, and I will never forget that. I will never forget him, literally ever. I will never forget that night, because That was the most healing experience I've ever had, and the fact that I feel safe enough to actually grieve him is an experience I've never had, because I've just gotten into so much toxic situations, and this was not toxic in any way, shape, or form. Like, literally, there was just nothing but love. And I love him so much, and I always will, and I'm just so proud of both of us that we were able to have that experience. And honestly, I just want to share this, like, choosing yourself and being honest with somebody and validating their feelings, even if you're the one, like, doing it, like, validating each other, seeing each other is just so healing. So, it's possible. If anybody doesn't think that a healthy breakup is possible, it is. I just really wanted to share this because TikTok is my diary, and this is a big page in my diary.